The room was silent. There was no audience within it, nor any press to write, nor digital recording of the affair. Only a government historian was there to bear witness to the event, and the stenographer to write it all down. The judge addressed the room and spoke in a commanding voice. "Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are brought here today to seek out the truth. Calling the case for Alwa bin Hidla, whose crimes consist of the use of chemical weapons on his own people, abduction and mass murder of the Telekine people, and the assassination of the Tulku. How do you plead?" "Guilty," Alwa said in a somber voice. Being he a man who committed guilt, there was no trial. There were only proceedings to administer the punishment for the crimes he had committed, and for records to be archived and stored in the dustbins of history. The day would be documented for historians who researched such matters to judge those of the past with the clairvoyance of hindsight. The judge laid down his hammer and administered his sentence. "Your punishment for these crimes is death. You will be permitted to see your family once before your sentence is carried out, and a day of prayer and fasting if you wish." "When will I be able to see my family?" Alwa asked, concerned, for he desperately wanted to talk to them, to see them before he would perish from the earth. "We can arrange to bring them here tomorrow," the judge answered. "Thank you, Judge." "You are dismissed. Guards, please escort Sir Alwa back to his cell." The hammer slammed, and in an instant the case of Alwa bin Hidla was over. The following day came. For Alwa, it was far too quick, yet he welcomed it nonetheless. The cell wall began to lower into the ground, and from behind it, an Adamar guard arrived. "You have visitors," said the soldier. Standing in front of Alwa was a woman wearing a black sheer corset and black leather pants as tight as skin. Around her neck rested a black choker, and upon her wrists were midnight bracelets that had sheer dark cloths in the shape of a triangle flowing from them. Her complexion was that of a pale shadow. Beside her was a man near 7 foot tall, his skin a lifeless pale grey. The sclera of his eyes were bloodshot, and his irises fire orange. His teeth were white as pearls and as strong as steel. He wore a form-fitting black bodysuit. His muscles bulged through it. His eyes met his father's. "Hello, my son," Alwa spoke softly. "Vater," Alamgir replied in a melancholy tone. Alwa looked at his wife. "I am sorry, Betrub. I have failed you." She and Alamgir walked into the cell. Alwa embraced his wife. "There is no need to apologize. It was not you who failed but our allies, and do not worry about us. We will be fine," she whispered. Alwa and his wife broke their embrace, and they sat on the platform Alwa used as a bed. "Are you scared?" she asked. "Scared? No. I'm only disappointed in myself. There is so much more left to accomplish. I did not expect the people of Cersei to enter the war as quickly as it did. I should have gotten their loyalty before I proceeded." Alwa spoke honestly, his voice unshaken. "You should have killed them. They are nothing. Scum, vermin they are. A horrible people with wicked ideals," Betrub interjected. "They are more powerful than they appear," Alwa said regretfully. He leaned forward toward his son. "Come closer, son." Alamgir knelt down so his eyes met his father's. Alwa spoke softly. "The flame burns low. Then I will make it rage," Alamgir murmured angrily. "What I have done wrong, you must make right," his father told him. "I will, Vater. I promise." Alwa rose and wrapped his arms around his son. "Do not falter and do not hesitate, for that is where I failed. I did not read all of the poison that lay within the nation. It will be painful to do so, but it must be done," Alwa counseled him. "I will harden my heart so that I may do what is needed," Alamgir promised his father. Alwa looked back to his wife. "Betrub, help to guide our son. I will do all I can, even if it means my life, she replied. In the hour they had together, none of them reminisced of the past. Their talk was only of the future and how to move forward to the goal of one Holla. For Alwa knew his life was over, and he lived his life and knew what it held. Thus the future was all that mattered now to him. It was for the sake of his son and the sake of a pure, unified country of Holla. The guard cleared his throat. I apologize, but this was all the time you've been given. Alwa held his wife tightly in his arms once more. Bertrub's eyes began to water, yet her voice did not falter. I love you, she said. She looked up into his eyes and kissed his lips. Their lips separated, as did their embrace. Alwa turned to his son and folded his arms around him for the last time. Goodbye, my son. Alwa was heartbroken, but his voice was strong to say the words. Goodbye, Vater. The flame looks bright, Alamgir said back to him. Bertrud and Alamgir walked out of the cell, and the world fell quiet as the diamond wall rose back towards the ceiling.